What is good, everyone? It's your girl, Primitiva. So with the Generation 8 starter finally being out, everyone is obviously picking a favorite. For now, my favorite is Scorbunny, but I won't fully decide until I see all of the final evolutions. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. What I think their final evolutions will be, what their typing will be, and finally, what their competitive value could be. With that being said, welcome to the video, let's get started. Let's start with the first one that was shown off in the trailer, which is Scorbunny, which is obviously based on a rabbit, which is, again, a Chinese zodiac animal. A lot of people are theorizing that Scorbunny's evolution will have to do with soccer, and I'll be inclined to agree. It's a very sporty little fella, and soccer is quite popular in the UK. It's even got little bandages to make sure it doesn't hurt itself. Although, that makes me wonder, are those really actually bandages, or part of its skin? Like, is it born with that? Well, that's a topic for another video. I think that Scorbunny will be the cool/edgy starter of this generation. Think Greninja and Decidueye. If you look at the trailer, you see that it has trouble controlling its own fire, so I think that along with becoming a pro at soccer, it'll also slowly learn to use its fire correctly. Now, here's what I think it'll look like. As you can see, it has a more slender appearance now, which is perfect for running. And it's even got its own soccer ball now, made out of its own fire. How cool is that? Now, I have two theories to how this ball could work. I think that it's either a flaming hairball that this Pokemon could spit out at will, because, yes, just like cats, rabbits can produce their own hairballs. Or that the fireball is its tail, and its tail is detachable. I also think that Scorbunny will become a fire and electric type. After all, electricity is usually associated with speed, and speed it certainly seems to have. It would also be really cool if the fire soccer ball had some electric properties in it. Then it could be used as a signature move that does both fire and electric damage. Unfortunately, there's only one dual type move, which is used by Hawlucha, so I think that all of the starters of this generation should get their own unique dual type move. Now it's time for the nerdy competitive stuff. It may seem weird to predict how these final evolutions will play like in the metagame, but I honestly think it's fun to theorize. I think that Scorbunny's final evolution will play very similar to Blaziken and Infernape. Fast with some nice special attack and attack to use both Flare Blitz and Fire Blast accordingly. Scorbunny's attitude also seems to fit with the sweeper role, and I can definitely see it being a pretty decent one in the metagame, learning moves like U-turn and Fake Out to deal quick damage then come back later for more. As far as hidden abilities go, I can imagine its hidden ability being Guts, because it sure doesn't seem like a Pokemon that would give up very easily. Next up is the second starter that was shown off, the very timid and very shy Sobble. Now, Sobble's origin is a little bit more interesting, because it seems to be mostly based on a chameleon. However, chameleons are far from semi-aquatic, they're really poor swimmers actually, and since all water starters so far have been semi-aquatic, this one sure does stick out like a butt. However, I do also believe that it's based on a newt as well, which are semi-aquatic salamanders. So there is possibility that it could still be a semi-aquatic animal. Now with Sobble, I haven't really seen many theories thrown around on what it would become, unlike Scorbunny. So with Sobble, I will create my own idea of what I think it'll become. So to start off with, it's quite a timid and shy creature, so I think just like with Scorbunny, it will slowly overcome its flaws and become more social and less scared. I also think that it'll fit the role of the masculine starter of this generation, think Chestnut and Incineroar, and looking tough on the outside but being really soft on the inside. As far as how I think it'll look, I think this design fits pretty well to what I had in mind. When I first saw Sobble, I instantly thought that it was going to evolve into a marine iguana, so I'm very happy that this design I found matches it exactly. Its typing is also exactly how I imagined it, being water and dragon. I've had people tell me that water and dragon is unrealistic because dragon is just too good of a typing, but people forget that Primarina, my favorite Pokemon, who is also a starter, has the fairy typing, which is arguably even better than dragon. I can imagine the final evolution being a very good guardian to the Pokemon around it, and treat others with kindness. But if there's a threat, it'll do whatever it can to get rid of it. And just like with Scorbunny, I can also imagine this one learning a Water Dragon dual type move, something like a devastating tornado reminiscent of the move Twister. Now onto the nerdy competitive stuff once again. I think Sobble's final form will play similarly to Blastoise, with good defenses and good special attack, being able to use Recover along with Draco Meteor. This now more protective Pokemon will fit the tank role perfectly, being able to take hits but dish them out just as hard too, and learn moves that benefit the team such as Wish and Heal Bell. As for hidden abilities, I can see it having either Regenerator or Rain Dish, which are both really good defensive options, so it fits perfectly. Alright, on to the last starter that was shown off, which is the Funky Grass Monkey Grookey. Now, clearly it's a monkey, that sure is obvious, but it seems to be specifically based on an Ecuadorian squirrel monkey. Now, the theory with this one is that it's going to be based on a cricket player, which I can likely see happening. However, I also believe that something prehistoric is going on with Grookey as well. If you look at the twig it uses to keep its hair up, you might notice that it resembles the whole cartoony aesthetic of cave people, where they have a bone on top of their head to use for their hair. So I definitely do think it'll evolve into some type of prehistoric ape or monkey. Luckily, there's loads of extinct monkey and ape species to choose from. The benefits of 99% of all life that ever existed being extinct now. That means there's loads to choose from! Now, I think Grookey will be the feminine starter in this generation, like Delphox and Primarina. Since Grookey looks very playful in the trailer, along with hitting its stick on the ground, I can imagine it slowly learning how to fight and climb more properly as it evolves. As far as designs go, I think this design fits pretty accurately to what I had in mind. I really like the tough girl attitude this evolution is giving off. It's one of my favorite tropes in media, and I can definitely imagine Grookey adapting this trope as it evolves. Its typing, as you probably guessed, is grass and fighting, which fits perfectly to this design. I can imagine this Pokemon climbing through trees, being very loud and obsessed with fighting. Think something like Caulifla from Dragon Ball Super, or Ryoko from Kill la Kill. And just like the other evolutions, I can imagine it learning a grass fighting dual type move. Think something like Leaf Blade and Close Combat mixed together. Now back to the nerdy competitive stuff again. I think this Pokemon will kind of play like Sceptile, but physical instead of special, with good speed and good attack, using moves like Leaf Blade and Close Combat. It'll likely be a fast physical sweeper, hitting foes really fast and really hard, and using moves like Sword Stance for that extra little bit of damage. And hidden abilities I can likely see it having would be Intimidate or Justified, both of which are great abilities to gain the upper hand in battle if given the opportunity. These starters have a lot of potential, and I'm extremely interested to see which road they take. They may take the road I just described, but they also may not. We just don't know, and all we can do is theorize and be hyped. With that being said, what did you think of my theories? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Comment down below. And remember, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more future Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield content. And ring that little bell notification so you can keep up with whatever I post. With that being said, I hope you all have a good day, night, or morning, and as always, take care.